This is science, ladies and gentlemen. Right, goodbye, sun. Okay, and now it's just Teapot. Perfect. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Spiffing Brit, and today we're playing the Universe Sandbox 2. That's right, we find ourselves on Earth. Well, not actually on Earth, outside of Earth. But we're able to observe the single greatest nation of all time. Is it not majestic? It's fantastic, isn't it? I'm of course talking about Supreme 100% fully conquered British Empire version 3. Trust me, it's going to be available. It'll come out when Star Citizen comes out, which is, you know, we don't ask questions about Star Citizen anymore. They've taken the money. We don't need to worry about what they're doing with the money. Just let them be. Oh god. But yes, the Universe Sandbox is a fantastic game which allows you to do absolutely anything and everything to just about anything in the universe. As you can see, we can scroll right the way out, and with the Sun, here's Jupiter, here's Saturn. Scroll out even more and you've got Uranus. My oh my, Uranus is rather large indeed. And of course you've got things like the Sun. I mean, just look at it. It's a powerful meaty ball of fire and death. It's exceedingly powerful, and of course we don't want to touch it. However, my favorite body in space is of course Earth itself. It's majestic, it's fantastic. Why is it so important? Well, it's where T is from. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I just remembered something actually. Sorry, before we dive into the video, I've got something that I very much need to attend to. For those of you who don't know, the Boston Harbor was one of the first ever recorded war crimes against the British. It was when a bunch of Americans decided they'd like to sink a load of tea into the harbor. And you know, for many years and generations, that tea has been at the bottom of a harbor doing absolutely nothing. But thanks to a brand new custom Supreme Mega Laser, we're going to be heating up the Boston Harbor and boiling the tea once and for all, so that the crabs can enjoy it. Ah, yes. Perfect. Nice and heated. Oh dear, it would appear we've also accidentally set fire to Boston, but you know, that's perfectly fine. You know, the Earth is a majestic thing indeed, but sadly we've accidentally set fire to America. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. You know, can we just keep, like, heating up America? What happens? What actually happens if we just heat up the oceans? Well, apparently my laser isn't actually that powerful when it comes to melting the ocean. I thought it'd be really powerful. So instead, let's go for the Galactic Empire Super Laser, because that thing sounds pretty fun. Let's shoot that. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, and the Earth is gone. It's as easy as that, ladies and gentlemen. And just like that, the entirety of humanity has been defeated. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, that's not good. Really, we're gonna need to add something in Earth's place, something nice and habitable. Because, I mean, humans need to live somewhere, and at the moment there's no humans, so we've got to recreate them a bit. Luckily, I have a handy little guide here to see where roughly habitable things are. And, you know, a smart scientist man would say, hey, we could just make Mars kind of like actually habitable for human beings. I say no. Instead, we're going to be adding a much more habitable object. I am, of course, talking about the Teapot. So yes, let us quickly try and apply a Teapot to the rough orbit which Earth was on. Perfect. We have our Teapot in. It's only 500 grams, and technically it's at minus 270 degrees C, but it will one day be habitable for humanity. We just got to zoom a really long way in, and perfect. It's the Supreme Space Teapot. And now, one issue is it's not exactly very habitable, as it's only 500 grams, so immediately we're going to make it slightly bigger. So we've now made a pretty big teapot indeed. Fantastic. So this teapot is now a teapot which is theoretically 3 times the size of the moon itself. How can we demonstrate that? Well, we can put a moon orbiting around our teapot, like so. Perfect. We've created literally art. So now we have a orbiting moon and a massive teapot. You know what's better than one moon? A bunch of meteorites as well. That's right, we're making friends for our fantastic floating Earth. You gotta have the people being entertained by something in life, and it has to be a massive floating teapot. I mean, technically speaking, we can also like just lob a basketball up into space. There we go. A floating Tesla, why not? No one's done that before. The entire Great Pyramids of Giza, sure, lob them into space. Actually, how big is the Great Pyramids of Giza in terms of space size? Oh my god, it's tiny. It is absolutely tiny. What have I created here? Oh god, it's art. Everything I touch turns to art. Perfect. I'm noticing a couple of the meteorites are just slamming into each other. Right, but you know what we should probably add? You know, just a size comparison so that we can see. We should probably actually add an Earth in. Now the issue is the Earth isn't exactly going to orbit around the teapot, because at the moment they are roughly the same size, but it would be useful to have a Earth on like a size comparison chart with our massive teapot. Now I'm just saying, Yorkshire Tea, if you ever want to do a sponsored video, this is exactly what I'm going to be creating for you. We're going to get a massive teapot, float it up into space, and then we'll just sit it next to the Earth, and maybe we can brand the teapot, we can like put images on it. It's going to be great. Well, as you might be guessing, as soon as I unpause this simulation, something terrible is going to happen. You see, we have all of these lovely little meteorites flying around, but as they're so tiny, they're not exactly affecting gravity in any major way. Placing an Earth next to a massive giant teapot, it's got the mass of 3.7 moons, which is comparable to the mass of just one Earth. As a result, if I unpause, something is likely to happen. So let's see what would happen if I put my massive teapot next to... Okay, right, immediately the Earth is actually freezing over, I do believe. Or is it just pulling itself apart? I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. They're pulling each other together. Oh dear, oh dear. And there we go. So Africa is gone as the teapot starts merging in. The equator is ripping itself apart. The teapot is coming up and the teapot has swallowed the Earth. What? I'm quite confused here. The teapot should not actually be able to do that. Can I slam down another Earth? Right, Earth number 2. Do something good. Yes, you're slowly getting drawn towards the lovely teapot. It's beautiful, I know. All of my meteorites have just slammed themselves into the moon. Alright, come on, Earth. Yes, you can't resist it. The refreshing taste of Yorkshire tea. Oh, you've attracted the teapot. Here comes the teapot. All the water melts immediately, and then the teapot absorbs it. Actually, that makes sense. The teapot's floating around there, and it's just drawn to any object with water, which it can then immediately boil and turn into, that's right, the refreshing taste of Yorkshire tea gold, the greatest tea in the entire universe. That's right, we're plugging it. We're plug, bath plug. It's great. You might be sat there thinking, Spiff, look, come on, why do you keep pushing Yorkshire tea? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it is the single greatest beverage ever created. It's so majestic. I mean, look at all of our Earths. They're just permanently attracted towards our glorious, majestic teapot. Actually, no, they're just shredding each other to pieces. Oh god, I've accidentally destroyed the Earth, haven't I? Yeah, it's not looking too habitable at the moment, if I'm honest. Europe and the UK have just kind of become a great big ball of flaming gas at 7,000 degrees. Oh dear. But hey, at least my teapot's doing all good. You know, theoretically, we can actually add in a entire galaxy next to our teapot. We'd have to get very close, so let's zoom right the way into our solar system, and let's try and place down a galaxy next to the teapot. Okay, now immediately I do believe this has caused a couple of issues, including I've lost the solar system. The solar system is gone. It's gone. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, this is a shame. I've created a couple of galaxies though, and they're all really close to each other, which is pretty cool. However, it would appear that I've created a bit of a mess, so I'm going to just place down a black hole, and hopefully my black hole here is going to just simply absorb everything. So let me just increase the size of the black hole. There we go. Make it slightly large. Oh, and it's taken everything. Fantastic. Great. Now I have a nice clean workspace. Now, Earth is a very impressive cup of tea, isn't it? I mean, it's got humans, it's got people, and they went and they made some fantastic stuff. I mean, look at everything we've created over the course of our lifetime. We've created tea. We've created biscuits to go into tea. It's fantastic. And one thing we could also have created, technically down the line, is what about a laser of some kind? Now, I mean, there are various different lasers which we can mess about with in this game. There's interstellar propulsion lasers, which are pretty fun. They don't particularly do too much to just a massive floating Earth, but I'm pretty sure if we were to add, say, a floating object into space, we could give it a bit of a push. So I'm going to drop down the Great Pyramids of Giza orbiting Earth, and let's see if we can yeet this off into space using a laser. Trust me, the science perfectly checks out. Okay, no, the Great Pyramids of Giza are not interested in flying off into space. I guess I'm just going to have to increase the power a bit. Bam, it's now 10 gigawatts. Nope. Fine. Interstellar propulsion laser, we're just going to make it have a wider surface target. How's that? Come on, this has got the radius of several light years. If I hit the Earth, it turns into a great big ball of fire, and yet if I hit the Pyramids of Giza, it does nothing. These pyramids. Well, the Earth is it's turned into a bit of a crispy sausage at the moment, though. This is genuinely what happens when you put a pizza in the oven and you leave it for 1 minute unaccompanied. It just immediately turns into this. And have I created the sun? No, I've created a great big ball of flaming fire at 10,000 degrees C, and now it has just poured itself apart and has just become gas. And there we go, the Earth is gone, and the pyramid is free to continue its new journey. What on earth? Where is the pyramid going? The pyramid has an orbit now. Fantastic. Okay, the pyramid has replaced Earth in terms of its importance.
2,000 years later.
Now this Earth here is relatively normal. It's got, 13 degrees C. But you know what would be better than just one Earth? It would be an Earth with a bunch of disks flying around it. Now, these disks are literally comprised of asteroids which weigh 500 grams. So literally, it's just the Earth surrounded by a bunch of floating teapots. Speaking of which, come on, we have to protect the Earth somehow. Oh yeah, look at all those teapots circling around, having a lovely time, protecting the Earth from any asteroids, which may or may not come its direction. So we've added one set of rings. Let's add a second set of rings. These are some pretty wacky rings. Let's add some Uranus rings. Okay. Uranus has some pretty weak rings, if I'm honest. These aren't actually very exciting. Spiral flats. These look good fun. Right, let's add a bunch of these. Okay, my game's starting to chunk a bit, but it's looking good. Got a lot more rings, a lot more teapots. Let's add some Saturn rings. Okay. Oh yeah, now this is looking like a good, scientifically working Earth. Let's add a moon sphere. Okay, no, the moon sphere just immediately exploded and is flinging rocks into Earth. Let's add a moon swarm. Maybe a couple more moon swarms. I'm not sure what a moon swarm is. A cube 3D. Hang on a second, is one of the rings just escaping? Where are you going? Come back. You have a job over here. Oh, great. That's just floating off into the universe. All right, I've accidentally made one of the pieces of asteroid about 5 times the size of the Earth. And I'm not too sure what's happening, but it's accidentally causing a massive ball of fire to emerge on one side of the Earth. Don't worry, guys. Luckily, it's not the side with the UK on. It would just appear that China has accidentally exploded into fire, and Australia is gone, as well as that country which everyone misses off the maps. Rest in peace, Australia. I'm not too sure scientifically how this is happening, but honestly, it's fine. It works perfectly. Average surface temperature 352 degrees. Oh dear, the water's melting. Oh no, the English Channel has melted. We actually now have a land border with France. Okay, quick. Get some water back on the planet. Freeze it. Just freeze it down a bit. Okay, maybe that wasn't quite the effect that I was looking for. Okay, let's get some temperature back here. Okay, temperature has just not particularly worked. Okay, I'm gonna need to use a defrosting laser. Right, the most powerful continuous laser. Let me heat up the Earth a bit, just a smidge. There we go, average surface temperature 159. Melt, you ice. Come on, yes. Yes, we're defrosting the Earth. Okay, we've defrosted it. We've defrosted it a smidge too much. It's a smidge too much, right? Can we chill the Earth? Oh god, it's that bloody massive rock. Oh god. I mean, look, this game was actually created by scientists, if you can believe it, ladies and gentlemen. Actual, genuine scientists sat down in a lab and created this game. What is this massive asteroid doing? Just go away, massive asteroid. Right, bam. We're going to use the Galactic Empire super laser. Die. Die, 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 die. How has it not killed you? Like, come on, this is a galactic super laser. It is a one hit to anything. And this bloody rock is able to dodge it. Right, look, I'll ping the Earth. Earth is gone. Look at that. Immediately, it's just, I don't know what it's doing. It shriveled up and exploded. Okay? And now all the teapots are escaping. We can hit that Earth over there. Bam. Well, I mean, I'm not actually hitting it. I'm getting close, but not quite. We can hit the sun. Down a bit. What actually does happen if we hit the sun? All right, hello there, sun. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, no, am I not actually able to heat the sun up any more than the sun already is? Come on, sun, you're a great big ball of fire. Why can't I hit you with more fire? Right, laser does nothing. Maybe I need more power. No, this is still not actually destroying the sun. Wow, this is wild. Okay, no, the sun is just permanently fine. That's actually terrifying. How can we destroy the sun? Is there a way to destroy the sun and save humanity? I mean, come on, let's say the sun was too big, it was too powerful, it's got to go. I mean, actually, yeah, maybe we can solve global warming once and for all. How to solve global warming? Just make it cold. Make it super cold. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's get close to the sun, okay, and we're going to want to put down a teapot. Now immediately, said teapot is not in the best place because it is very close to the sun, but I'm gonna hazard a guess and say we can destroy the sun by using this teapot by just rapidly increasing its size to the point where it now absorbs the sun. This is science, ladies and gentlemen. Right, goodbye, sun. Okay, and now it's just teapot. Perfect. Immediately, everyone's doing great. I don't know why Mercury hasn't immediately frozen. Have we got a single Earth floating off here? Yeah, we've got an Earth over here, this Earth over here. It's fine, you know? It's actually not completely frozen over. It's perfect temperature. I've created the perfect ecosystem, ladies and gentlemen. The mega teapot is all you need. I don't know where the light in the universe is coming from, but somewhere around here. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need the sun. It's not worth it. I'll speed up time and we can see what happens in a universe without any sun. As you can see, the various Earths are currently escaping the universe, along with a very large collection of teapots. Oh my god, they're really going quite far. Yep, so this is taking several years now, ladies and gentlemen. We're now in the year 2899, and everything appears to be running away from the galaxy. The mega teapot appears to also be running away itself, and I'm not actually sure where it's going. It's just going straight down from the looks of things. You know, some might say life on Earth at the moment moment is pretty hard, considering they have an average surface temperature of minus 273. You know, everyone has a hard life. Yeah, my upbringing was pretty hard as well, you know. My dad was deep into the British criminal underworld, and at first I didn't think he would steal road signals, but then when I got home one day, all the signs were there. Now, this is a pretty fun simulation. We have a size comparison for everything in our solar system. Right on one end here with Mercury and all the way out here with Neptune. Oh, and of course Pluto, that thing which is actually no longer a planet. Rest in peace, Pluto. You have about as much relevancy as Skegness. I'm sorry, Pluto. And I'm also not sorry, Skegness. No, I'm very much not sorry for Skegness. I'm actually interested to see what happens if we just unpause this. Oh, cool. It's going to be fine. Nice. So immediately I'm thinking, what happens if I just shoot a laser straight for everything here? Because wouldn't that just be fun, right? You're all lined up in a perfect way, so let me just splurge my way through Mercury a bit. Oh my god, you can really turn Jupiter into a bit of a light bulb if you hit it. Oh yeah, I've just made a Christmas show effectively. This is great. Now this is actually a rather funny simulation. This is kind of a simulation of what happens if Earth is tidally locked due to the fact that it doesn't have the moon floating about. And of course we can immediately save this Earth by just adding in a couple of moons of our own. So yes, let me add in a moon. How far away is the moon? Yeah, like 10,000 kilometers and a bit? Sure, 20,000 kilometers, that'll do nicely. Just to be on the safe side, I'll add one at 30,000 as well. And 40,000, perfect. Now get untidally locked. Oh dear, they are spinning around very quickly. Right, there we go, moons. So the moons are doing their job, kind of. We're down a moon, and one of them has immediately become a bit larger. But in terms of tidally locking, we are toasting parts of the planet by just having one of the moons peel away and lob asteroids into the Earth. But where are they going to land? Well, that's the real question. Of course, they're all going to land on the equator. Rest in peace, Mexico, my friend. Wow, yeah, they really are just literally hitting only America. That's not very nice. I mean, I see how it is. I'm not afraid to launch stuff at our planet. Right, bam, random asteroid, go, go. How many random asteroids can the Earth take? Take a bunch. Oh yeah, there we go. Look, we're just defrosting America with asteroids. It works. Scientifically proven for glorious success. Oh yeah, we've saved the planet. Look, we've defrosted everything. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Humanity should be smiling and be cheering on the legendary Spiff, savior of the Earth. All it took was about 100 asteroids pelted into America. I'm not sorry, America, I'm really not. This will teach you right for believing freedom can win. Freedom never wins. Now, what about a nice large moon? That's a little bit of a bigger explosion, if I'm honest, yeah. Turns out the Earth is not happy with a big moon. What about Io? We'll just plonk Io in there. Okay, yep. Okay, Earth, it's not looking so hot right now. Actually, no, it is looking so hot. It is looking exceedingly hot. Just how hot? 4,000 degrees hot. And yet the Earth still technically lives on. It's, not exactly habitable, considering effectively all surface water should have evaporated by now, but, it's there, you know, it's there. I am interested in just trying to defeat the sun in a way which doesn't involve massive teapot, so what about just flinging planets into it? Okay, well, flinging a couple of moons into it doesn't actually seem to do much. And we know hitting it with a laser does effectively nothing. I'm going to turn down its luminosity a bit because it's a bit bright for me, you know. I'm sure it is for you guys at home as well. That has also technically shrunk its size. I mean, okay, right, let's just increase its luminosity a bit. Oh dear. Okay, it's gone now. Can I hit undo? The sun's gone. Oh dear. We'll be right back whilst we try and restore the sun.
A few moments later.
Now this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the Milky Way galaxy. We are currently running a simulation at about 27,000 years per second, and as you can see, the Milky Way, it changes a lot. It's an absolutely huge thing. If you can even measure such a size, that's its mass. It is absolutely ridiculous. It's got several 100 billion stars inside of it, which is a ridiculous number. However, ladies and gentlemen, what if I was just to place down a bit of a teapot? That's right, I'm going to slap bang down a teapot just over here. Now this isn't just going to be any teapot, this is going to be the 100 stat teapot. And now that we've got our teapot down, we need to kind of give it a bit of a presence in our universe. I mean, come on, you don't want to be outshadowed by a galaxy, so of course we're going to increase its size. Now said teapot is the size of 139 Milky Ways. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, what have I done? Okay, so Milky Way is big, 100 stat teapot. What are you doing, 100 stat teapot? Are you too big for this universe? Raven is the universe. What have you done with it? Oh, I see, you're just absorbing the entire Milky Way at the moment. So at the moment we've now created a teapot which is just just absorbing the entirety of the Milky Way, and yeah, that's the Milky Way gone, ladies and gentlemen. Absorbed into just one very large teapot, the 100 stat teapot. It can grow to any size and it can absorb any object. It's absolutely powerful. And if you want the 100 stat teapot to visit you, then hey, why not give this video a like? Mwah. The first 4,000 people to do so will be visited by the 100 stat teapot, and it won't absorb their soul. Everyone after that, and well, it's too bad, but I hope you enjoyed living. Now, the 100 stat teapot is actually basically just a completely ludicrous sized object, because nothing that we can even throw at it actually makes any sense. What happens if we just like launch a sun at it? Oh, okay, it's now gone pitch black. Right, well that's fine. Just lob a couple of suns at it. You can actually kind of see them move in. They've got like little trails. They create a nice little peppering effect when they land. And the lights come back. Lovely. Okay. Okay, suns, they don't do much other than confuse the game. Oh, is that a fun strobe effect? Oh dear. Make sure to look away if you suffer from potentially epilepsy. Although honestly, it's probably too late at this point. I just don't understand why the teapot is the most powerful item in this entire game. Why, game? Why? I mean, I know why. It's because it's majestic, but still, why? Oh, and now this is going to be very nice to watch. The Earth colliding with the Earth. Oh, it's just so satisfying. Oh, it is very satisfying to just throw things together. Oh. Glorious. We've made art, ladies and gentlemen. Glorious, perfect art. What a game this is. What an absolutely fantastic game. This takes true sandbox, genuinely. You can't really get more sandboxy than this. I mean, come on. No other game is going to let you real-time simulate, second for second, the moon colliding with the Earth. And not just anywhere on the Earth, America's region. That's right, it's great. Of course it would happen there. Hollywood wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, yes. Perfect. Now, the moon is increasing in temperature quite quickly. How's the Earth doing? The Earth is also currently rocking around about 200 degrees centigrade, meaning the ice caps are probably melting, and as we can see, yep, the English Channel has just evaporated for fun. I mean, this is actually basically the real-time experience of what would be happening. Whilst it doesn't look like it's actually going that far, having to take into account that it would genuinely take only about 10 seconds for the entirety of Florida to be absorbed into a great big ball of fire. And let's speed it up a bit to about 30 seconds for each real-time second, and the moon is then immediately absorbed, and a massive shockwave is sent right the way across the planet. We are now 10 minutes in, and this is probably around about the point where, yep, Europe is going to start feeling some pretty meaty effects. Well, effects that weren't just the surface temperature reaching 400 degrees and all of the water evaporating. America is then likely to be, of course, shattered by ridiculous quantities of meteorites which have the ability to just destroy entire states in one go. Meanwhile, everything's doing great in Europe, you know, things are looking good. We're having a cheese making competition or something like that. Yep, things are doing great. And that's it. The Earth now begins its fantastic evaporation and cooling process. You know, I think we can cool this down a bit. We can help out with a magic cold laser. Right, let's hit them with a magic cold laser. There we go. Freeze up the... Okay, and the Earth's just gone. Okay, right. Let me be known that I personally thought that hitting the Earth with a magically cooling laser with a minus 200 terawatt power or whatever it is would be fine. But no, apparently science says no. Now, this one is rather exciting. This one's just called Earth exploding in real time. So I'm quite interested by this. So yes, the Earth does just explode. Lovely. Okay, so we're now 11 seconds into the Earth exploding, and already it's kind of splitting into fragments. Real-time wise, the UK has just been absorbed, but it's okay. France is coming next, so that's the good consolation prize which most of the British were looking for. Ah, lovely. Glorious explosions. Anyway, you know what? I do believe that's been enough of exploding the Earth in very strange ways. If you have anything that you'd like to see shown off in the Universal Simulator 2, then by all means give me a shout and I'll make sure to do it. But otherwise, I've just had fun messing about and breaking the laws of physics. Turns out you don't need many exploits to destroy physics. You just need to shoot the Earth with a cold laser, or just lob a couple of moons or a teapot at it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I've been the Spiffing Brit, and if you indeed have enjoyed watching today's video, then by all means do give it a like, as it does at the end of the day massively improve this video's chances of being praised by our YouTube overlords. And hey, if you're new here, why not consider subscribing and joining our very strange community? It's basically a group of people who just sit and absorb tea in the same way that you would absorb the sunlight. Yes, we do get through a lot of it, and we'd absolutely love to have you with us. As always, a massive thank you to each and every one of my fantastic patrons who have managed to bankroll this fantastic video where we have just been exploding up planets. Thank you very much, you lovely people. And hey, if you're sat there and you quite enjoyed watching me, then you might want to watch me again in this video right here, hand chosen by myself to be absolutely perfect for you. That's right. Anyway, I've been the Spiffing Brit. I hope you've had an absolutely lovely time watching, and I'll see each and every one of you in the next one. Bye for now, and have a fantastic day.